It's your boy AD back from the video. Now in today's video I'm gonna be doing with Naruto was Jeff the Killer. So yeah, this is gonna be a dark what if, and basically it's gonna have Naruto X Chroma, Filmer Chroma, let me be clear. But yeah, also this is like basically a request from a friend, so yeah. It's gonna be like I'm gonna try and make this one shot movie basically to do the whole like series in it. But if I can't do it, then I'll probably do another part or something like that. But yeah, anyways, hope you guys still enjoy either way. And yeah, before further ado, let's get this video started. So actually, there's a I barely know that much about Jeff, so yeah, if I do like some mistakes and stuff, that's that's why basically, because I'm literally only doing this because of a friend asked me to. So yeah. Anyways, before you, let's get actually started. So in this one, we're gonna change it to where Naruto is like, as Naruto is born in this one, like he is like actually a descendant of basically Ashura, and it's not only his reincarnation, but it's like actually like a descendant by blood from the Uzumaki side. As yeah, so he has like basically even more chakra somehow, and like basically he's like a lot like more, I guess, talented, whatever, more of a prodigy, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, keep that in mind. And yeah, anyways, ninth attack. As the ninth attack happens, base. Oh yeah, also he's like Jeff's reincarnation. So yeah, that's why he basically calling him that. But yeah, anyways, as the ninth attack happens, pretty similar to Canon, except that in this one, as the third Hokage came, he was mad at Naruto basically for Naruto basically he blames Naruto for Minato's and Kushina's death and everybody else's death, really, even his wife's death and all that stuff. He blames Naruto for all of it. As Naruto is like taken by the third to the council, as they they put him in like a basket or whatever, and they basically talk about how the village was like in bad shape right now, and how they have to like put up a front to act so they don't like seem weak to the others and get attacked and stuff. But they also decide what to do with the nine tails Jinchuriki, Naruto. And in this one, Naruto has the full nine tails, by the way. So yeah. But yeah, they decide what to do with the nine tails Jinchuriki Naruto, as they eventually come to a conclusion that mostly the civilians pushed it even more, with the Hokage like kind of backing them up, not really fighting against it, and the elders and especially Danzo, they basically come to a conclusion that they have to like basically break Naruto, like they have to make him like basically broken, and then they're gonna like make him basically, they're gonna grant him like one favor and he's gonna be like loyal to them basically. So yeah, they basically decided to do that as they put him in the orphanage. As we skip about 4 years later, in those 4 years, Naruto's life basically, like what happens is, like when he wakes up and stuff, instead of waking up like a normal person and stuff, it's basically either a group of people just coming to beat him up, or like the caretaker in the orphanage just like basically throwing either cold water on him or like boiling water and stuff like that. Like they basically like try their best to basically make his life trash. Like they barely feed him. They like stab him and stuff like that. They cut him and all that stuff. Basically, they make his life as trash as possible, basically. And yeah, as over the years and stuff like that, Naruto kind of like, he kind of did break a little bit, kind of, but actually kind of did pretty much, but he didn't break how the council wanted him to. Instead of like not having a world to live on, he actually has a, like, his only purpose right now is to basically kill people. And the reason why is because when he was about 3 years old, when he first started to lose hope and stuff, he got summoned into the mindscape where he met Kurama, as Kurama was like in her, Kurama form, like big fox form. But then eventually Naruto like wasn't really that scared of her and stuff. And thought she looked pretty cool and whatnot. And eventually, like about a week later of them like meeting up and stuff, she eventually showed him her true form, which is basically this. So yeah, she showed him that, as Naruto kind of like developed a crush on her, with her basically wanting him to be like her mate or whatever. As yeah, they kind of became together, but not like they're basically kind of together, but not like fully on doing stuff and whatnot. Just like a new couple, I guess. Anyways, yeah, she also like basically started giving him her powers and whatnot, but the seal was still kind of there, so she couldn't give him all of it yet. But yeah, anyways, we skip all the way to like the academy, as over the years Naruto started like putting on like his hair color changed, and he became basically like Jeff, like black hair with the hoodie and stuff. Like he basically looked like this. As he, yeah, basically like that. Anyways, as Naruto over the years, like he became known in the village as basically the murderer, I guess you can say. As he basically just like went around pretty much on a daily basis to like just kill random people. Like he would just go into a random house and just like basically stab everybody to death and stuff like that. As Naruto became pretty much known in the village as for doing that, but like they actually they didn't really know it was Naruto at the same time. Like obviously a lot of people blame him for being the demon and stuff, so they'll be like, oh, it's a demon's fault and whatnot. But they never really saw him at the scene of the crime, except for once. Except for when he actually killed the Uchiha clan. Like, he killed a few of the Uchiha clan members when the Uchiha clan massacre was happening. Because he saw Itachi and the masked man killing the Uchihas. So he basically went on to, drain in and basically kill some of them. As actually in that scene, he was found there, but he acted as if it wasn't really him. Like, he just kind of like acted kind of traumatized, but not really. Like, he just acted scared, to be honest. So yeah, currently Naruto is like basically he's like basically at the middle of the class in terms of grades and whatnot. But everybody knew that Naruto, you don't want to fuck with this guy. Like, they all knew that if you mess with him, something bad is gonna happen to you. Like, this guy, like he just kind of like he gave off that vibe, basically. As Naruto, like after about a week later, Naruto and the others basically went to the graduation test, where Naruto passed pretty easily because he was trained by Kurama in this one. So yeah, as he passed and stuff, he went back home to celebrate with Kurama, who actually can come out of Naruto's body, as if he used a seal, not a seal, it's like a hand sign to make the shadow clone. She could like basically take over it. So yeah, and it's kind of like one of her abilities as well. So yeah. Anyways, as Naruto basically let her out and stuff like that, and like they started celebrating and whatnot. But yeah, now fucking hell. What's it called? Naruto proceeded to like go outside to like get some kunais and stuff, and like a knife, basically, not a new knife. He ended up encountering Mizuki, who basically tried to steal the scroll ceiling. Naruto basically killed him and took the scroll for himself, and did a copy of it, and then yeah, put it back with Mizuki's dead body. As then the Umbus came and like took his body and stuff and like put the skull back, not knowing that Naruto did that stuff, so they couldn't really, be like, oh, Naruto give it back the skull and stuff like that or anything like that. So yeah, Naruto proceeded to basically, like, we skip about to the end of the month after finding out the team, which was the same as Canon, as Naruto got the C-Rank mission, because I'm gonna skip like, the D-Rank mission because it's literally boring. As Naruto got the C-Rank mission to go, as they got the C-Rank mission to go to the end of the waves with Tazuna, as Tazuna still lied as in canon, saying how he needs to build a bridge and people to protect him and whatnot, which is true, but the mission got to her and all that stuff. As Naruto kind of could feel like something was off, but didn't really care enough to do anything about it. As what's it called? Naruto, when he's with like random people and stuff, he's basically like a psychopath and stuff like that. Basically, like he'll literally kill anybody and like basically fuck you up and stuff like that. But when he's with Kurama, he's actually kind of pretty nice. So yeah. But anyways, when they went to the land of waves, as they walked down the the street, the kind of like the pathway to see the puddle to the side, as Naruto already kind of could tell that there was someone in there. There's two people in there and stuff like that, and Kakashi obviously could tell. However, the others couldn't, as Naruto basically, as Kakashi got like cut and whatnot, Naruto basically jumped in there, taking out like two knives and just stabbed him right in the neck. Like just literally stabbed him there and just like dragged it down, literally cutting them open. Cutting the two demon brothers open. As after that they continued not really getting the information about Gato in this one actually. Well, they got it from Tazuna but not from the demon brothers and whatnot. But yeah, I'm into tough education, bro. Anyways, after they continued the mission, cause they encountered Zabuza, who threw the demon executioner blade at Naruto and all them, as they all dark and stuff like that. Except for Naruto, who just dodged it because he could. So yeah, they did that, and Zabuza came, took the blade and all that stuff, and the fight went pretty similar to Kanin. Except for when Kakashi got caught, Naruto didn't really need Sasuke's help at all. He literally just went there and like slashed, like he cut the water clone, then he stood like to the side of the lake, whatever, and just swung his blade, where he used an attack, which will be, it's basically like. How do I say this? Like he basically put chakra over his his knife thingy, and basically when he swung it, he let it all out, and it basically let out a slash. So yeah. Anyways, as that happened, it basically went for Zabuza's neck and arm. Basically, like it was in an angle where it could cut both of them. Well, most of the elbow and the neck, but yeah. Zabuza was basically forced to let go, or he would have basically died. So he let go of the water person, freeing Kakashi, and then Kakashi, put him down and whatnot. However, this time around, when Haku came, fucking hell, I'm so tempted to call her she. Oh my gosh. Anyways, when Haku came, he basically got attacked by Naruto, who basically started attacking him out of nowhere. But he still managed to get away, but barely, after getting a big ass cut in the chest. So yeah. After that, Naruto and the team basically went to Tazuna's house for knocked out Kakashi. As yeah, something that freaked out Team 7 a lot was that when Naruto cut Haku, the blood that flowed out basically fell on Naruto's face. However, Naruto didn't wash it off. He just literally licked that shit, bro. So yeah. Anyways, as Naruto continued to, go to the Tarzan stars and whatnot, when they got to the village, Naruto, when he saw the people like starving and stuff, instead of helping, bro, this guy literally just started laughing at them, bro. Cause yeah, this guy is like mental, bro. I'm telling you, like this guy is not someone to like be looking for help for. But yeah, that happened, and Naruto heard about Gato, however, and he went there and basically killed. Like he went to the base and basically like did a whole basically massacred all of them. Like he did a whole ass freaking Uchiha massacre all over again. But instead of doing it to like help the people, he actually just did it because he wanted to kill people basically. As he then Kurama told Naruto to basically take the money and stuff for himself, which he did, as he basically stole all the money that was in the votes and stuff like that. So yeah, Naruto is pretty much rich right now. But yeah, Naruto, like he basically after killing Gato and all them, he took the head back to the village, with him actually fighting Zabuza along the way, as he fought him and basically killed him using his like a attack that basically blows, like not really blows, it's like if he stabs you with it, you basically just die. Like you literally just like fucking, your blood will like basically become like deadly basically to you. Like you literally cannot stay in your body with that. Like yeah, it's kind of weird, but yeah. Anyways, Naruto basically like he went on to go back to the village with Team 7 and whatnot. But then, the Chunin exam came up, and yeah, they basically, the Chunin exam wasn't that different, with Naruto like passing the first part pretty easily because he wasn't stupid, but he didn't really care if he failed it or not. So he wasn't really like, I'm about to raise my hand and whatnot, but he didn't give a speech. So a few more people dropped out. The force of death. It happened pretty similarly, except that Naruto, like, he went after Orochimaru's ass. Like, this guy did not let Orochimaru leave. Like, he was chasing down Orochimaru. But Sasuke still got the curse mark, though. But yeah, that all that happens as, what else? Fucking hell. Trash still cut her hair and whatnot. Yeah. After that, they proceeded to go to the tower, arriving there like basically second place from Gaara, as they waited a few days and whatnot, and then did the preliminaries with Naruto actually basically killing Komaru in this one, alongside with Kiba, as because he literally went for the kill like the first second of the match and just stabbed him, bro. Like this guy. Yeah. As that happens, and basically, they passed and whatnot. After that, everything else with the canon, all the way up to the Naruto fight with Neji. As Neji started talking about fate and whatnot, Naruto basically just laughed at him, like completely like disrespecting this guy, and basically like beat the living crap out of Neji, and he basically ripped out one of his eyes as well. So yeah, making Neji like forcefully stop talking about fate basically. Anyways, Naruto, like after that he went on to do his thing, just kind of chilling to the side until the Genjutsu came in, and Naruto did not fall for it because as Naruto just kind of like broke out of that shit like easily and chased after Gaara, as he actually beat him very, very easily in this one. And the reason being is that when he first started dating Kurama for his first birthday, she gave him the fox summoning contract where he could summon her as the best summon and like other foxes. So he actually like instead of summoning Gamabunta and transforming him, he actually summoned Kurama. So Shigako got bitched up, bro. Like this guy like got fucked. And yeah, Naruto basically, beat the shit ton out of Gaara. And if it wasn't for like his sibling coming in, he would have basically killed him. As yeah, we skip over to where Hiruzen is dying. As we see Naruto actually walk to the barrier of that was holding Orochimaru in there, as he basically looked at Hiruzen as he died, smirking, as he said, "This pathetic village doesn't deserve my protection." As he basically went on to walk away from a dying Hiruzen, making Hiruzen basically last stop being how do we mess up so bad on Naruto basically. As yeah, as we basically skip to the retrieval arc. However, in this one, Naruto decides to basically just be like, yeah, this is my time to leave. As when he arrives next to Sasuke, he basically tells Sasuke that, you can't beat me, but so stop being like a petty bitch basically. And he basically was like, anyways, go over to the snake pedal or whatever, and I'm gonna go my way basically. And Sasuke was like, shit, I can't really mess with this guy. And basically was like, he tried to like fight Naruto, but Naruto like fucked him over. Like this guy just like, he basically put him in the Genjutsu, showing him the night of the Uchiha massacre all over again. Like he basically put him in like a Saketsuki Yobi type shit. So yeah. Sasuke was like basically on the ground forming until Kabuto actually came and took him away or not. I swear if I'm not recording this, bro. Alright. But yeah. After this, we see Naruto went on to like go and outside and like basically freed Kurama. So yeah, she's out of the cell basically. But Naruto can still use her powers. As they actually kind of fuse together, where Naruto is like still linked to her no matter what, but yeah, she's still there, but the linked as well. But yeah, anyways, basically she's out of the cell, and we skip over to like when Naruto was like 16 now. So the 2 years time skip Shippuden now, as the Leaf, pretty bad shape right now, to be honest. Like it's been pretty bad shape for them, as they are not really that aligned with the sand anymore. Like it's barely there. It's like a thread away from being like cut off. And yeah, they don't have no Jinchuriki, no Chiyas and all that. They like basically kind of dying right now. As yeah, freaking Naruto kind of just like over the years he's been just kind of walking around the elemental nation, being the shit out of everybody that he sees basically. And yeah, he became kind of known as a S rank ninja. Basically he killed like a couple of like world people, like feudal lord types people and stuff like that, and like strong people, like high S rank ninjas and whatnot. So he's pretty dangerous in the bingo book. Yeah. However, over the years, also there's been like a oh my gosh, like there's basically been a sighting of someone like in a mask, basically like going around, kind of like taking tail beasts and stuff, as the masked man basically and the Akatsuki have all the tail beasts except for Naruto's. and Killer Bees. So yeah, as him and B are like the last introducees now. Uh, the Kage Summit happen after Orochimaru gets killed by like the Kanin people taking out Naruto. Like after the fight happens and Orochimaru gets away, I mean, and Sasuke kills him and whatnot. After that, the Kage Summit happens, and yeah, in this time, Sasuke, still being a bitch after killing Itachi, he attacks the Kages and whatnot. After also after killing Thanos, I believe, yeah, he attacks the Kages and whatnot, and still does that shit in canon, and gets beat the fucked up. Like this guy, like I don't care if you like Sasuke and like you think that him attacking the five Kage was like fire and whatnot. This guy got his ass handed to him. Like this guy got fucked up. Like this guy got shit like he got put in his face, bro. Like I'm telling you, like the freaking Raikage and all that shit, they were like, put your ass down, you little brat and stuff like that. And yeah, basically that happens. He gets his ass handed to him, and then we see the Master Man coming in, being like, "I am Madara Uchiha, and I declare the fourth great Shinobi War." But then we hear someone laugh, and we all look back to see basically Naruto sitting on Kuma's lap, just laughing his head off, as her nine tails were like swinging behind her and stuff with the fox ears. As yeah, again, this is what she looks like, and yeah, she basically was like basically patting Naruto's head, kind of, as Naruto was laughing. As then he basically stopped, only to glare at all the Kages, as he basically said that he would basically kill everybody here, as he started to basically attack all everybody, because he was like, as much as I want a war right now, I don't really feel like fighting in one, so I want to kill everybody here to stop the war. As everybody started basically attacking him except for the masked man, who basically used Kamui and got away. As yeah, the five Kages basically fight Naruto, with them losing, but barely managing to like get away with their life basically. So yeah, also Tsunade became Hokage. I forgot to say that, but yeah, and what's it called? Naruto, he was pretty pissed off that he didn't kill the five Kages, but he was pretty happy as well because he got to beat the shit out of the Tsuchikage, who has been basically trying his best to kill Naruto this whole time because he found out that Naruto is Miyato's son. So yeah. Anyways, we skip all the way to like the war basically because it's not really much happens between that time that I can remember, to be honest. So yeah, we skip all the way to there, as Naruto. Yeah, he hasn't been really doing that much apart from like just basically killing and torturing people and whatnot. As the war happens, as actually not that similar to Gaiden, as the Shinobi side was losing bad because they did not have Naruto to help them because he was not helping nobody in there. Oh, anyways, sorry about that. I got interrupted. I had to go to like a whole lot of spoilery, but yeah. Anyways, basically, we skipped to another dimension as Naruto wasn't really helping like the five great nations or anything. But yeah, we go to the other dimension to see Jigen basically sitting down. As in this one, he plans to move much earlier than Kanen in like fucking Boruto or whatever. As he actually plans to move all the way in the wall, as he like not only is Jigen's rule a little bit weaker in that one, so Ishiki could take over much quicker. He also plans to basically use the Tentails that Madara is making. So yeah, anyways, as he basically code and what's her name? The girl that attacked Naruto and whatnot and got they slapped away basically, and the clone of Jiraiya or whatever. Basically, the whole of Kira or whatever it's called, to basically go to the wall as he opened the portal as he walked through it. We skip back about 2 weeks later as we see Jigen alongside with the whole Kira organization as they were standing on top of a hill looking down at the battlefield where Madara had fought against the Telbeasts, Hashirama, and all that. And basically did what he did in canon, except for he didn't really fight Naruto, so he was like doing it much quicker, easier. Cause the only one that could really like put hands with him, kind of, not really, was Sasuke, but he was still getting like absolutely demolished. Like this guy was just getting toyed with. So yeah, it was him, Kashi, these people. The 5 Kages, even though he beat them multiple times. And yeah, as he also summoned the Ten Tails in the 3rd stage, and the way he summoned him was using Genkaku and Jinkaku, 9 Tails chakra, and some of the 8 Tails. Anyways, but B is still alive, by the way. So yeah, as Madara had the one Rinnegan in one eye and the arm with the white Zetsu after he fought the Terror Beast and stuff. So yeah, Madara using his freaking limbo basically beat the fuck out of everybody on the freaking battlefield. Like this guy like absolutely demolished all of them. Except Kakashi actually, who managed to dodge it, and Sasuke died as well, but got the Moon Seal and came back, whatever. But yeah, that's shit. Hold up there, I can charge that. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. Anyways, Sasuke died and got like the Moon Seal. Naruto is not dead, so he didn't really get the Moon Seal yet from Hagoromo, but he did actually get the Moon Seal itself from but Naruto died, but not really from like the wall. It's like kind of weird. Like basically, when Naruto was like younger and fused with Kurama, he actually got the seal there as he's a human and stuff, and Kurama was like a tail beast or demon or whatever. His body could not really handle that power, so he died. But not really died. He just basically went to the limbo realm and got the seal. However, even if he didn't get the seal, he would have survived. But he still had to kind of die, but not really. As yeah, he also has a seal basically. As we see Ishiki, Jigen, whatever, deciding to basically that it's time for him to step in, as Madara absorbed the 10 tails with still one eye though. As he went down, he started to fight with a few of the people that like came the way and like just basically cut them open basically. With the Kira group, mostly the Kira basically beating them for him to just simply walk. However, he still had to like, put Soviet on fire basically. Meanwhile, as all this was happening, Naruto was actually getting ready as well to basically come into the fight, as he knew someone was coming, someone that was not supposed to be here. As this person, he knew that this person was one of, if not the only person that could truly push him to the limits of his powers. As he, over the years, as much as each time that he killed someone, actually, he gained more powers. Like each time he killed, let's say he killed a Jonin, he would absorb that person's chakra, as the chakra would go into the not the karma seal, the sun seal, whatever, of Ashura, whatever seal. So he was actually a lot stronger than Kanen in this one. And let's not forget that he was naturally stronger due to being like actually related to Ashura by blood, long blood, but still. And he also had the fusion with the Ninetales. So yeah, same thing was happening with Chroma as she was also getting ready, as they slowly made their way out of their hideout, which was basically where Chroma used to live before Madara came and took her out. But yeah, anyways, we do a short little time skip about 2 days later, as Madara and Jigen had been fighting for a long time. However, Madara was kind of losing kind of badly. However, he decided that it was time for him to basically end this, as he used the Limbo clone to basically kick away Jigen along with all the rest of the Kiras, as he basically flew away using his speed to quickly grab the basically only eye of freaking Kashi's like only Sharingan eye, and he basically went on to do the Kamui to see Obito on the ground about to get stabbed by Sakura as in canon. However, in this one, obviously it's not Naruto that took no jutsu to him. It was actually Kakashi along with Minato. And yeah. Also, yeah, that's basically the main reason why he got taught no jutsu. But he also had like a memory thing where it showed that Ren didn't want him to do that shit. So yeah. Anyways. Fucking hell. Yeah, anyways. So that's why he was, change his ways or whatever. As Madara quickly went there and pushed Sakura away, like basically just bitch stopping her away, as he then took out Obito's other Rinnegan that was in his eyes and put it back in his own eyes, basically giving Obito back his original eyes. Like he took it out and Obito took it, and he took his eyes as well, which was the Rinnegans. A little bit kind of confusing, but yeah. Anyways, basically, long story short, they both got their original eyes back. So Madara has 2 Rinnegans and Obito has 2 Kamuis back. Anyways, after this, Madara used his thing to basically go back to the original war, like where the war is happening and whatnot, as he basically started bodying like everybody there, even the Kira group and Jigen a little bit. He was pushing him back quite badly now, as he had both his eyes again. So yeah, as Jigen went on to basically start to transform into Ishiki to try to keep up, but he was still getting pushed back quite a bit. However, he started to catch up a little bit. As then Madara, seeing this, decided that he should end this before things get out of hand, as he raised his hand in the air, summoning about 10 meteorites with like flames on it and stuff like that, coming down to hit Jigen. However, Jigen basically fully transformed and used the word to basically like expand that shit, and like basically blew up some of the meteors with that. But then after that, he started using the cube things that he be using. I don't even know what these things are called. So yeah, anyways, he does that and basically gets rid of the meteorites. However, as this happened, Madara, still being kind of shocked of how fast he destroyed it and still had his hand up, Black Zetsu basically went behind him and stabbed him in the back, creating Kaguya Otsutsuki again. As in this one, Kaguya, when she was in the moon, she actually changed her mind and went back to being, with the Otsutskis basically. So she actually ends up teaming with Ishiki after a little bit of a chat, saying how she changed her mind and that she did a mistake back then, basically. As Jigen let her basically come back because he reads her mind with his eyes, whatever. So yeah. Anyways, As this happened, they start to basically team up and recreate the Ten Tails using, well, like they basically plant another tree using the Otsutsuki powers and whatnot, and basically they start to grow the tree again, using basically the whole army as a source to basically grow the tree right back. As this happens, Naruto actually comes in and interrupts the process as he basically cuts the whole tree like in half and basically destroys it, dropping a half, like a half trench, like, how do I even say this? It's like a chakra fruit, but like it's halfway done, I guess. So yeah, that falls on the ground basically. As the two Otsutsuki slash Kaguya and Ishiki basically tries to like stop him. However, Naruto is way too fast for them. Like he's like basically splits. Fucking hell, I'm stuttering so badly. Oh my, why the fuck am I not able to say it right now? But what the hell, I can't talk right now. He basically speed blitz them and yeah, basically outspeeds them, whatever. And like, yeah, he basically like he like splits behind them and like cuts both of them. However, the ability to like basically kill them straight, like one death thing, doesn't work as the Otsutsuki and able to heal too fast. As yeah, as Naruto continues to fight them for good hour and a half or something, as he ends up actually taking the chakra fruit on the ground and like eating it, basically making him start to transform into somewhat of a Otsutsuki, but not really at the same time. It basically awakens his Ashura DNAs more, but not like to the fullest. I mean, to the fullest, but not to enough to be like a Otsutsuki basically. But he gets basically all the abilities of the Otsutsukis. So yeah, he basically starts winning kind of badly after this, as he starts to basically pound Kaguya and Ishiki. I'm not even gonna try to like. Fucking hell. Anyways, as he basically starts beating both Otsutsukis, he ends up actually killing both of them using using kind of like a Tell Beast Bomb type shit, what kind of basically what the Otsutsuki were using, like yeah, or like a Tell Beast Bomb basically, or like Mash Chakra basically. So yeah, after this, Naruto went on to basically kill all of the 5 Kages and basically like 90% of the army, as he basically made the West bow down to him, as he decided that he would basically create a new world type, kind of. It's not really a new world where everybody will be happy. Instead, it's a world of the survival of the fittest, kind of. As you see, everybody in the world basically was thrown together into one area. As this area, however, instead of having guards and all that stuff to protect everybody, it simply has the guards to keep the rules, which are to basically like if you want something, you have to earn it. It's not like earn it by like working or anything like that. It's by being like strong enough to actually do it. So yeah, like let's say you wanted to get like a car or something, you'd have to like basically fight somebody for the car or something like that. As yeah, and killing wasn't really like against the rule in this area. So yeah, you could basically like kill the person for it. So yeah, pretty interesting place, I guess you can say. Anyways, as Naruto kind of ruled over the place as like the undefeated king, alongside the demon queen Kurama. So yeah, as over the years, they basically had a few childrens, which I would not name them because it's not really important. I mean, they're kind of like they're there, but like it's not really gonna be a whole story for them because I'm not doing no Boruto stuff. So yeah. Anyways, As Naruto ruled over his kingdom, happily seeing the bloodshed and basically death and all that stuff, basically as carnage happens basically around him, he enjoys it to the fullest alongside with his queen. As yeah, they they basically live for like, let's say, about 50 years later. There's a person that comes to the planet. This person actually was not a normal person. Instead of being a simple alien, which in this case would be Otsuki, he was actually not just any Otsuki. He was the Otsuki god. As this person wanted to destroy the person that killed his son, Ishiki, and his future daughter-in-law, Kaguya Otsutsuki, as he was furious and wanted to kill Naruto. As he went on to basically look on the planet to see that the place was basically deserted, except for the few areas where the losers were. These were the people who lost in battle and were discriminated against. These people were sent out to basically, mine the place, like go in mines and stuff, gather ores and stuff like that. Like, if you see One Piece, it's kind of like the Celestial Dragons, how they treat the slaves or whatever. It's kind of like that, to be honest. Anyways, as Naruto feels that the Otsuki god has come to the planet for him, as he knew this would happen eventually, and so did Kurama. As he decided to basically he's been waiting for this, as he knew that this was like the best battle he was ever gonna have, and might not even have another one afterwards, as he could very much die in this battle. As Naruto went out of his kingdom or palace, whatever you want to call it, to basically meet up with the Otsuki god. As he did, he basically ends up seeing the god destroying a massive, like, it's kind of like a village size area, but there's not really a village there. It's just kind of like a big plain. So yeah, well, it was a mountain before, but now it's a big plain. But yeah, as he does that, Naruto claps, seeing how his power is quite impressive, as he knew that this man was not going all out. He knew this man was just releasing some stress for whatever reason. As Naruto walked up to the god to see the god's eyes, they were not the normal eyes of the normal Otsukis, where they would have either Rinnegan or Sharingan or Byakugan or anything alike. The eyes were simply white. There was nothing in it. Unlike the Byakugan, where you could see a very small outlines in them, there was absolutely nothing but glowing light. As this kind of made Naruto excited, as this was a sign of power to him, as he opened his own eyes to reveal that he had similar eyes, as unknown to basically like God. Basically, Naruto, due to him having Ashura's like DNA or whatever in him, he was kind of related to the god. As you see, when back on before Kaguya came here, she actually had done deeds with Ishiki and was kind of pregnant, but she never even realized it. And when she did the deed with the human or whatever, this Ashura was actually from Ishiki's side of the thing, and Indra was from the human side, which was why he had so much potential. As you know, humans have like more potential, like quote unquote infinite potential, whatever, and however the Suskis have just like massive amount of power from basically plot, I guess, or from birth, whatever. So yeah, that's why Ashura was like able to get stronger, but it's kind of complicated, fucking hell. Anyways, long story short, that's why. As Naruto has basically the same eyes, however, his were a bit different. As instead of having just the eyes, you could see that like his whole body was kind of glowing. As yeah, the god was quite surprised about this. However, he was not intimidated, as he was a god, so he could do whatever he wanted and would do whatever he wanted. As he went on to start talking to Naruto, asking him if he was Naruto, the guy who killed his son. As Naruto then said yes, however, I did not know it was your son. As Naruto, as the god basically, got furious and whatnot, as he started to attack Naruto, with him quite honestly pushing Naruto back, but Naruto was able to keep up fairly like to look like a fair battle basically. As Naruto was keeping up with him, but he could feel that every hit the god landed on him, it basically kind of made him shake a little bit. As Naruto as Naruto fought with the god, he didn't realize that the god was holding back, as he was also holding back. However, it was not as much as you might have thought. As you see, Naruto was going at 75%. However, the god was only going at about 25%. As Naruto, when he realized this, he started to go all out, trying to finish the battle before the god could truly show his power and completely destroy him. However, as the god was being pushed back, just Naruto using his full power out of the blue, he then realized what Naruto was trying to do, and so he decided to end it. As he started to power up, using 50% of his power, and completely like breaking his, I wouldn't say mortal body, but like the body that he was in, and transforming into a giant, like bigger than the planet basically figure. As this was his true form, as he went on to basically use one finger to poke down at the planet where Naruto was. As this finger landed on Naruto, Naruto caught the finger. However, he was being crushed under it and pushed down quite badly. However, as he struggled to hold the finger, as he, fucking hell, as he struggled to hold it, the god ended up basically opening his palm and slamming it down on them. However, Naruto was kicked out of the way by Kurama, as Kurama was hit by the palm basically, and yeah. Seeing this, Naruto froze for a good minute, as he basically saw his whole life play before his eyes. Every single time, Kurama was always there with him. Every time when he cried, she comforted him. When he was like torturing and stuff and like had wounds and whatnot, she healed him. When he was alone, she kept him company and all that stuff. As all of this played before his eyes glowed a ominous blue mixed with a red, as in a white as well. As this was Naruto's pure anger just coming out of him, as he transformed into a killer mode, as he basically became everything, as everything related to anger, anything related to like darkness and all that stuff, he became that. As you see, this was Naruto's true hidden potential. However, he needed to be evil for this to awaken. Like, he needed to have all the dark emotions in him, like at front, instead of like being happy. He needed to be like completely dark, and this would be his true power. As energy blasted out of him so greatly that he literally pushed back the hand that was bigger than the planet, basically out like into like, it basically pushed back the god like to take like a few steps back. As Naruto blasted off the earth, making a giant crack like a spider web on the whole entire planet, not just where he was. As he and basically did an uppercut to the god's head, seeing the god flying away far into the universe. As Naruto, however, could easily see him, as this guy was massive, and Naruto's eyes were good enough to see an ant farther than you can imagine. As this, Naruto was furious more than anything, as he landed on another planet and basically bounced off of it. But this time, instead of just creating a crack, the whole planet exploded. As he went on to slam the god, grab the god's head, as he then slammed the god into like multiple planets, basically crushing this god's face and finishing him off by literally dropping the god into like a gigantic sun type star. As the god's body started to get incinerated. However, the god was stronger than this, as he basically started to power up again into his full power, as he came out of the sun type area. However, his body was kind of broken, like his body was burnt, and he had like weird, I wouldn't say blood, but it was like kind of galaxy substance coming out of him, as the god screamed at the top of his lungs and lunged at Naruto, trying to attack him. However, Naruto, using his size of being way smaller and his speed, he quickly wrapped around the god's body and managed to hit him like in multiple areas, as the god fell down to one knee. As the god then, however, as Naruto went on to try to finish him, the god tried one final attack on Naruto and used all of his power into a final blast and launched at Naruto. However, Naruto grabbed the blast, as it blew off, like kind of blew off his arm, but it quickly healed like like faster than it could actually even really be seen. You just saw blood basically appear all over his like new arm. As Naruto grabbed the attack and launched it back at the guy, completely destroying him, as there was not even like any like nothing left of the god. Like there wasn't even ashes, bro. As the god's body was destroyed, Naruto collapsed on the ground. However, before he could truly hit the ground, a girl basically caught him, and this was Kurama. As you see, as Naruto had basically transformed, his energy like basically not only pushed the god back, but as the Shinigami came to collect Kurama's soul, it basically destroyed the Shinigami and killed him, basically like blasted him back enough to where he had to like go back basically and not really mess with him, basically. Like, it didn't fully kill him, but like it basically like how do I even say this, like it kind of killed him, basically. Fucking hell. Like it basically made him only energy, and now to kind of absorb it, so it kind of killed him, but it was like fully unkill him. It just like, yeah. Anyways, oh shit. Anyways, as Naruto saw this, he smiled and slowly came down after he passed out. And we skip about like a few days later, they made it back to basically Earth. As Naruto and Kurama became like, married and all that stuff, which they already were, but like, they went on to celebrate basically. As then after that, they went on the final mission. This mission was truly it was a big mission, but they knew they could do it. As Naruto used his full power, along with after realizing what he did to the Shinigami and taking his power, he gave Kurama that power to keep her safe from even death. As she became basically the new Shinigami, kind of. As Naruto and Kurama went on to go to the Otsutsuki planet, and they went on to commit basically the Uchiha massacre, and basically killed all of them, every single one. Like not even like children's, all like children were killed, senior citizens, women, men, all of them, bro. Like everybody. His hand and Kuma's hand were ready to eat, bro. Like this guy killed every single one of the Otsutsukis there, and basically took all the fruits and mostly gave them to Kurama, but he did take like a few for himself, and like took all the treasure and stuff and brought it back to Earth, where they kind of fixed the planet, but also not at the same time. Like they like where the cracks were, they like put them back together and stuff, but they created like pathways and all that stuff for them to like build stuff there, where they created like a massive like planet basically. As over the next like basically forever, Naoto and Kurama like basically ruled as like the king and queen of the area, where this planet you still had to like do your own thing, basically like fight for your own stuff and all that stuff. However, the place wasn't particularly bad, but it was like particularly favor of the weak. So, long story short, you had to be strong to basically go there. And over the time, some other aliens, basically like other life forms from a space, basically came to Earth as well, either to visit, to live there, or just passing by. As however, whoever came, no one could really give Naruto either a challenge or ever really defeat him or Kurama, as they were still ruling basically the whole universe at this point. But that's basically where I'm gonna leave it off with. Basically, Naruto and Kurama having a son and a daughter, and yeah, who will eventually become the heir, but not for like a long time. And yeah, and if you couldn't figure it out, Naruto and Kurama are basically immortal because like they're gods and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys thought of this. This is like kind of a movie, a one-shot movie, I guess. But yeah, anyways, there's not really gonna be a next part to this because it's basically the whole series. So yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed either way. And yeah, for further ado, I'm gonna be off for now. Peace.